evening to you today. Beautiful evening to you today. The 15th day of June 2022. It's 19 minutes gone past 4 p.m. West African time, and you're listening to Lagoon Radio. We are broadcasting live from the Archbishop's Palace in Marina, Lagos. You're welcome to another episode on Discussion. And yes, we are still flying solo. Keep it locked down. As always, you know how we do it today. We're looking at self-awareness. Last week, we looked at self-confidence. So today is self-awareness. Don't go anywhere. You can follow the conversation live on Facebook and on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it's at Lagoonradio.Ng. We'll go on a musical break, and when we're back, we would get into the show proper. Don't go anywhere.
Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor. Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me.
I know who God says I am, what He says I am, what He says I'm at. I know who I am. You're welcome back to Discussion Out with Jennifer, and today we are talking about self-awareness. We're looking at self-awareness. That was I Know Who I Am by Sinach. Do you know who you are? Are you aware of who you are? Do you have awareness of yourself? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So first off, what is self-awareness? Self-awareness is the ability to recognize your emotions and your feelings, as well as your abilities and your preferences. So when you're able to recognize your emotions, your feelings, your abilities, that's what you can do, and your preferences, then it means you are self-aware. You also have an understanding of how your thoughts impact your behavior and how your behavior impacts others. So apart from the fact that you are being conscious of exactly who you are, you also have to look at how all of these things affect other people. So yeah, let me take it again. Self-awareness is where you can recognize your emotions, you can recognize your feelings, you can recognize your abilities, your preferences, and you have to understand how your thoughts, your thinking impacts your own behavior, and how your behavior impacts other people. So that is what self-awareness is. Now, breaking all of this into very simple terms, you understand how your feelings can create certain behaviors, which will then have an impact on people that are around you, people that talk to you, people you work with, people you live with, people you see every day, people you fellowship with, basically people you just associate with. You can learn to recognize and become aware of what emotions and reactions you have. So now, are you also your temperament? Basically, are you melancholic? Are you phlegmatic? Are you, you have to know how the kind of temperament you have. You have to understand your emotions, your reactions. What exactly do you have? You can work on any of that, and then if you think you are on the negative path, you try to improve it, to create a balance between the negative side of you and getting a positive reaction to things. That is what self-awareness is. Now, we have to understand that self-awareness is very, very important. It's important in cases where you have to deal with people. How do you deal with people? You have to understand that knowing yourself, understanding your emotions, your feelings helps you deal with people. Now, if you know that you're short-tempered, if you're aware of the fact that you're short-tempered, then you know how best to respond to things. Now, when someone tries to trigger that angry aspect of you, that angry side of you, you know that at very slightest provocation, you just blow it off. But when you see that someone is trying to get that part of you to come out, you could, because you know how you would react, you could try to avoid it. So why is self-awareness important? As I have read earlier, self-awareness allows you to recognize your feelings, your own feelings, and your own character. And in this way, it is crucial for manifestation practices. It allows you to understand your own actions and your thoughts. Now, law of attraction, basically itself, is always reacting to thoughts and vibrations. That's how you see things, how you tend to react to things. And you can start off to control your feelings. As when you want to react, you just want to blow up. You just want to react in a very negative way. So you can try to start to control your feelings, tune it into a different and ideal kind of vibration, so to speak. So when we're talking about vibration, you know how phone gets to vibrate. Yeah, that's how we react to things, and that's how we are seen when we react to certain things. Now, vibration does not really mean negative. It could still be positive, but then your reaction at that time could either be negative or positive. Depends on what triggers it, basically. So only after you have understood yourself, that's when you will know how best to tune it. And importance of self-awareness, it is only when you're self-aware that you can know how to improve yourself. If you have no idea at all, like you don't know who you are, then you don't even know what to do. That's just the beginning. You have to understand the kind of person that you are. If you know that you're someone that even when you're being provoked, you just smile. You're self-aware of your kind of character, so you can even stay with someone that is highly annoying. If you know you're someone that gets angry easily, then you should stay with someone who can help you manage it. You shouldn't find yourself in an environment that has someone that just wants to get on your nerves all the time, and you're not able to control it, and then you're seen from a negative point of view. So you have to understand yourself. That is the only time you can work on controlling yourself, work on really tuning yourself into the right direction, into the right kind of vibration. Be negative, yes. So we're going to also look at the benefits of self-awareness. We're going to look at how to develop self-awareness. So before we do that, we'll go on another music break. That is Kela Setu, and This Is Me. That's the title of the song. It is another song that explains dealing with self-awareness. We'll be back shortly.
Stranger to the dark, hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
I also deserve my own love. I mean, you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. Basically, that's how it is. You have to be aware of yourself. You have to understand yourself. And that way, when you do, you love yourself, and then people begin to see you the way you see yourself, and, reciprocate in that same energy. You're welcome back from that music break. This Is Me by Kela Settle, and my name is Jennifer. We are still talking about self-awareness on discussion. You can join the conversation online on Facebook. It's Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it's at Lagoonradio.Ng. We are also live on YouTube at LagoonTV. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so that you don't miss any of our videos, any of our programs. So, we've looked at the importance of self-awareness. We've looked at the meaning of self-awareness. Now, let's look at the benefits of self-awareness. So, number one benefit is that living as a self-aware individual allows you to live in the present, knowing who you are and what you want. Living as a self-aware individual allows you to live in the present, knowing who you are and what you want. When you know yourself, you don't dwell on the things of the past. You don't rely on the things of the past. You don't rely on things that have happened to you and things that tried to make you who you are, right? But not exactly who you are. These things just tend to have a negative impact on you, and they begin to want to shape you in that light. And somehow you see yourself like that, but that is exactly not what it is. So when you know exactly who you are, you know that, come on, these things that I'm seeing or these things people say about me, it's not who I am. And then you begin to see yourself in a different light, and then you decide on what you want. You decide on who you are. That's an importance of self-awareness. Now, secondly, you find it very easy to let go of toxic people as you know what you deserve. There are some people that they've just decided in this life that they are going to frustrate you with their toxicity, with their negative attitude. But when you know exactly who you are, you know yourself, and you know you don't deserve that kind of energy, it's easy for you to shove these people away. It's easy for you to just push them away, like, come on, I don't need you in my life. I don't need your negative energy, right? So it's very easy letting go of toxic people. It might be that you've been friends with these people for a very long time, but they are not helping you. They are rather, causing more havoc to your mental health. It's very important. Your mental health is very important. So when you are aware of yourself, it's easy for you to send these people. You just stay away from them, and, because you know what you deserve. Our third point is that being self-aware, it helps you welcome your mistakes. Being self-aware helps you welcome your mistakes, and you make these mistakes a stepping stone to success. That's what self-awareness does. You know that you have erred. You know you have made a mistake. You know you've done something wrong. You've taken a wrong step. But you don't kill yourself for it. I talked about this in our last show. You don't kill yourself for those mistakes. You don't keep beating yourself about it. As much as, yes, you might feel bad, which should be temporary. It shouldn't be a permanent feeling bad, kind of. So, when you notice these mistakes, just take them, make them steps. Make them steps to success. Make them steps to greater things. You know these mistakes. You just know that, oh, come on, Jenny, this thing you did, and Jenny, this thing you did is not the right thing for you to have done. It's not the right path to have tread. But, it has happened, and I have learned from it. So I'm going to be a better person because of the outcome of this particular mistake I made. And that's how to move forward. You just find yourself moving forward, basically, not relying, not leaning on the mistakes, not leaning on your errors from before. So self-aware people welcome mistakes as stepping stones to success. They are not deterred by failure at all. They are not relegated by failure. They know what they're capable of. They know that if they want to get 100, because they have failed before and remained on 0, they know that 0 is not their place. So they understand that, from 0 they can get to 5, and then get to 10, and get to 15, and then get to 30, and eventually hit the high points they've always wanted to do, because they know where their strength is, and they know that they could actually capitalize on it and even build on it. So that's what self-aware people do. Another thing is that when you're self-aware, you can have gratitude. Basically, these two things work together. Gratitude goes hand in hand with self-awareness. gratitude in one hand, self-awareness on the other hand. You're grateful and you're thankful for who you are. That was part of what we listened to on our last song. Like, no matter what, no matter how you look, you're fat, you're thin, you're angry, you're happy, or you're just like that. I mean, it is who you are. You learn to embrace yourself. You learn to be grateful and be thankful. You just wake up every morning and you just look at yourself in the mirror and like, now God create. Oh my God, they create. That kind of thing. Learn to help yourself. You're aware of yourself. These kind of things help you. They push you, basically. So it's also a part of self-confidence, right? But like you are sure. You don't need to be told. You don't have to read books for you to be told. You already know these things. So it helps you to remain grateful and thankful for who you are. Another point is that you understand your own boundaries and your own limitations. You're comfortable saying no. Nobody's forcing you. You know your strength. You know what you can do. You know what you can achieve. And then you're just like, you know what? I can't do it. Now, no. Now, I can't do it at that time does not mean that you don't have the abilities to do it. It could mean that at that time, you're not in the position to do it. And then you should be able to say no. Not that you have to want to please someone else as against pleasing yourself, right? So when you are aware, you understand your boundaries. You know that this one will be my level. I sabi but not be my level. Or someone is trying to push you to get into somewhere you're not supposed to be. You know your boundaries and your limitations. You should be comfortable at saying no. Now, self-awareness also boosts your confidence. I said it earlier. Self-awareness and confidence, awareness and confidence, they work hand in hand. They move together. They're like inseparable twins, right? They move together. When you're self-aware, your confidence rises. Like, come on, I know what I can do. I know I can walk into this place. I know that I can talk to this caliber of people. Nothing is relegating you. Your thoughts are not relegating you because you already have a control of your thoughts. That's what self-awareness does. It boosts your confidence by default. And lastly, on the benefits of self-awareness is that you begin to experience a high level of productivity. Now, productivity is a huge benefit of self-awareness. Being able to control your emotions, it means that you can replace your reactivity with proactivity, right? So now what this means is something you have done before, and then you just think of something you can do again to make it better, right? You see yourself as being productive. If you know that, we are to move this table from point A to point B, and then you have tried, you now moved it halfway, you just left it halfway. All you have to do is just like, okay, you know what? I can actually get this done. I can move this thing, and then you try to move it and take it to point B. You have actually succeeded. That's how it works. Productivity is a huge benefit of self-awareness. Now we're going to look at how to develop self-awareness in a few steps, just a few steps you can develop self-awareness. Before I do that, I'll go on another music break. We have to use music to, to push these things down. If I bombard you, you won't be able to just take it all in. But yes, we'll be right back shortly.
Put your hands together. It's got to get better. All over the world. Listen to these words. People come. People go. Your life has been out of control. You're confused. But don't worry your soul. It will get better. It's got to get better. It will get better. It's gonna be better. It will get better. 'Cause God is in control, y'all. Hey. Thank you, Lord. Hey. Fire praise.
get better, better. Indeed, it would get better. Like it must get better. Like knowing that God is in control. I love this song. Like I really, really love this song. That's bettered by Hezekiah Walker. Powerful song. Wait, I don't know, but if you look at the lyrics of our songs for today, you would notice that all of them has something to say about being self-aware. You know that you are secure. It is a knowing. You don't have to be told. You don't have to be reminded. You know that you're secure, knowing that God would supply all your needs. I mean, what other awareness, what other assurance are you looking for? You are aware. You don't need someone to wake you like, hello, Jennifer, God is going to supply all your needs. You know. I know. I mean, okay, you're welcome back. Now we are looking at ways to develop self-awareness, just few steps in which you can develop self-awareness. So one of them is meditation. You have to learn to meditate. Yep. So our yoga lovers, this is where you come in. Yoga helps. It's a form of meditation, right? So meditating really, really helps you focus in being more self-aware. When you meditate, you are in a calm and pleasant state of mind where you can really focus on the present, right? You're thinking through things on the present. You are focused on the present. Now, it may be through your breathing or just by you visualizing a lot of things that you have decided to visualize while you're meditating, but then you are focused. You're focused on that thing you're doing. It helps you focus and it helps self-awareness. And once you start your meditation session, you can start to practice becoming aware of your thoughts and your feelings, the feelings you have. People meditate for so many reasons. They meditate for so many reasons. Maybe they are confused about something and they just close their eyes and just think about it. So meditation helps you when it comes to self-awareness. Another way is asking yourself questions. Asking yourself questions is a great way to develop a better understanding of yourself and your actions. Now, when you ask yourself questions, you can start to look at the bigger picture, like why you feel a certain way or why you reacted to something the way you did, right? Now, this is different from beating yourself. When you ask yourself questions like, okay, so why did I actually do this thing like this? I could have done it in this way, and if I had done it in this way, would it have been better or would it have been worse? It's like a self-evaluation. So learn to ask yourself questions. Questions that you could ask yourself is, why do you avoid this thing? That's if you see yourself constantly avoiding something. Why do you avoid this thing? What are you trying to achieve by getting this thing done? How are you feeling right now? How is this thing affecting me? You know, those kind of things. How do you perceive yourself currently, or the way you feel about a certain action you just took, a decision you just made? How do you feel? So when you do that, you can start to find out things that perhaps you do not even think twice about in your day-to-day life, in your day-to-day activities, and it makes you more self-aware of your actions. Another one is you can try to keep a log or a journal of your activities. You can keep a log, you can keep a journal and try to understand your attitudes, or maybe, on so day at so time, so thing happened and this was how I did it. And then somehow, life could actually be like deja vu. That kind of thing can happen again, and then you just remember, go through your journal and then you see it. So you can keep a log or a journal. Now, when you are able to compare your reaction to things, you discover that, I acted in a better way here, or I acted worse here. You'll be able to create a balance and work on it. If you acted better than you acted before, you know you're making progress. If you acted worse than you acted before, you know that you have something to look into. And, you're becoming self-aware of your actions. Another one is you can try to get the opinion of family and friends. You can ask your family and your friends, tell them to be very open and very honest about it, and be ready to embrace every level of criticism you get, everything they tell you, because some of them might just, since you're telling them, you're asking them to be open and honest, right? They should give you honest feedback. You should be ready to take in anything they say. So if they tell you, you are very, very rude, don't get angry. Because some people, once you give them the license of being open and honest, they can tell you anyhow, undiluted. So you should be able to receive those level of critics. And even when you're able to do that, you know that you're making progress. So another one, and this is the final one in building self-awareness, you have to learn to live in the moment and analyze your emotions. You have to learn to live in the present moment and learn to stop worrying about the future or the past. Why am I hearing my name inside this thing? I'm just hearing Jennifer inside, but it is well. You can completely be in the moment and focus on what is happening to you currently. Yes, it's okay to sometimes think like, okay, so I think this thing is going to affect the future, but try as much as possible to avoid the past. Don't dwell on the past. Worry less of your future. Live in the moment. Is a very great way of improving yourself. I'm going to leave you with a few quotes about self-awareness that could help inspire you. So this one is from Tony Robbins. Self-awareness is one of the rarest of human commodities. I don't mean self-consciousness where you are limiting and evaluating yourself. I mean being aware of your own patterns. Now, being aware of your own patterns is a different thing, and that's what Tony Robbins is trying to tell you. This other one from Ralph Ellison says, when I discover who I am, I will be free. Yes, actually, many people don't even know who they are. They live in the shadow of other people. They live in the thoughts of other people. They are basically caged. So when you are aware of who exactly you are, then you will notice a level of freedom. It's big. It's a sweet feeling. Just like, oh my God, so I've been doing what I'm not, right? The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to yourself. You don't belong to someone else's thoughts and all of that, but you are yourself. Yeah, that's it. And that is where I get to call the show a wrap. I hope you, and of course, I know you enjoyed it, definitely. I know you enjoyed it, and I know you're looking forward to another exciting episode from me. Keep listening to Lagoon Radio. You can send in your comments and your contributions to the show on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it's at Lagoonradio.Ng. My name is Jennifer Chibril. Do have a lovely, beautiful evening. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow